Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Future Society stage at the WebSummit 2022. We will have today a fascinating lineup of remarkable speakers that will help us to better understand how the digital transformation is actually shaping our societies, how web-based technologies are influencing our role as citizens, our participation in democratic debate, and our opportunities for civic engagement. Some of our speakers will address these opportunities by explaining how technology can be designed in a human-centric way, how technological infrastructure can actually facilitate new forms of democratic participation and deliberative democracy, but also how online communities can help support stateless people, people that are denied their political rights. But of course, there is a flip side to the same coin, and other speakers will address the darker side of these opportunities. As you all know, during the last decade, a handful of global tech companies have gained gatekeeper powers on a number of core services, of core digital services. And this has been made possible through the control of vast amounts of data and by leveraging proprietary technologies and boosting the dynamics of digital markets that are based on network effects and lock-in effects vis-à-vis the users. And this has not only distorted competition on digital market, it has also distorted the information space where public opinion is forming and where civic engagement, our civic engagement, can actually translate into social impact. Studies have shown that disinformation laced with anger, with hate, can spread faster and further than facts on social media. Highly profitable micro-targeting operations can be engineered to influence people's will, their behavior, their beliefs. And that is what Shoshana Zuboff has called surveillance capitalism. And this is also the result of two concomitant factors, two main factors. There are many causes, many root causes to this problem. There are two concomitant factors that play out in this scenario. First is the business model that underpins the social media, which prioritize extreme, emotional, strongly opinionated content over factual information. And this is a means to attract attention, eyeballs, and maximize advertising revenues. The second factor is, or has been, perhaps, a lack of regulation. A legal vacuum that has enabled a vicious circle of money and power that benefits few companies to the detriment of the users and the traditional players of the information system, the media and the journalists themselves. I'm therefore looking forward to two other talks of our sessions where experts in the field of disinformation will tell us more about how conspiracy theories can gain traction across wide audiences, and about also the role of whistleblowers and investigative journalism to debunk falsehoods, to expose wrongdoings, and to hold the powerful to account. Well, there is also good news, however, and the good news that here in Europe, the institutions and the governments have taken a leading role worldwide, I would say, in policymaking, and have adopted a number of new regulations very recently in the last couple of months. And the aim and the ambition is to build up a safer space for all users online, to address the challenge of disinformation, but also to tame the power, the market power of gatekeepers, and to promote, last but not least, and very important, more protective safeguards updated to the online context for journalists, and also safeguard for media freedom and pluralism, both online and offline. But regulation alone will not be sufficient to change drastically, rapidly, the current dynamic. We need a convergent effort by all relevant stakeholders to ensure an effective implementation of the new rules and a sincere adhesion to these new principles. We also need to improve our knowledge about the actors, the vectors, the techniques, the tactics that exploit the vulnerabilities of our information ecosystem in order to spread this information, to sow distrust in traditional media, and to erode, little by little, our democratic values. In addition, we need to modernize also our educational systems. We need to empower citizens of all ages to interact with and to assess critically the information that they receive, but also impart online. We need, in particular, media and information literacy that is commensurate to the challenges that we are facing today. I will open a little bracket here. I'm here representing a philanthropic fund which has just been created this year. And the aim of this fund is exactly to deepen the knowledge about this phenomenon, to have independent research that expose and make people more aware of how disinformation and other threats can navigate the online space, and also to finance initiatives that boost across borders on a European-wide scale the media literacy skills for citizens of all ages, and push governments also to reconsider an update of the current educational systems. We also support journalists, fact-checking newsrooms, which are playing an important role in creating this collective awareness of the risks that we incur online. We finance projects. We have financed 33 projects in 21 countries just in the first year of operation. This thanks to an initial donation by Google, but we are actively searching for new donors. Of course, we need to diversify our funding sources. We need to have a long-lasting basis for pursuing our mission, and we need also to amplify the reach, the scope of our activities. So having said that, I would like now to pass to the first talk of the day. Our first talk will look at the upcoming midterm elections in the US and the impact that they will have beyond the US. As you know, all the 435 seats in the House and 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate will be on ballot the next week. And yet there is a risk that the electoral debate during these crucial days may be skewed away from the real issues, from the political programs on which voters should choose, and focus instead on divisive narratives concerning the electoral process itself. Some of you may have come across a movie released in last May. It's called 2000 Mules. And it has been a trigger for a new wave of conspiracy theories, and the movie used surveillance footage and geolocalization data to try to present a convincing case of widespread electoral fraud during the last presidential elections in 2020. Once more, here is a case to show you the importance of factual-based information in order for citizens to exercise their fundamental rights to vote.